Audible. This is a new video, so look at this guy. Anyways, I'm Wesley. Be easy. Be doing good stuff and having fun and a blast. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I'm reviewing the Blacklist. Kind of an Audible. I didn't look it up before I did it because I remember most of the movies pretty visually. Like I watch a lot of mad movies, and I love movies, so I could pull it off the dome without watching it fresh. Haha. If I had bread, I would be doing like the current movies, and I'll probably do that eventually. Some of the current movies, but right now I'm just kind of just going through a catalog. This channel is new and stuff like that, so. But I mean, also, once you watch movies enough, movies are movies. You don't, like, I'll watch a bunch of old movies and watch a bunch of new movies. I like movies. Anyways, this is a movie. I like movies. Anyways, got that, yoink yoink. Anyways, yo. Look at that sky. Yeah. Anyways, Blacklist. Oh, I'm doing the whole series, not just one season. I think it's still going, which I stopped watching it. Oh, how can you review a video if you stopped watching it, bro? What? I can do whatever I want. Duh. Hello. You do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it? Then subscribe and leave. Anyways, uh, I've been standing for a good while here. Look at that tree. Okay, anyway, so you got thinking Raymond Reddington, the villain, or he's the bad guy. Oh man, this show. Let me rest my arm on this banner. Second, this show is so much. It's a good show until until it starts getting ridiculous. I think season 5 ended good, and then they stretch. Oh man, and there's another season. They're stretching this joint. They're milking it. I'm not in for it. The best thing about the show is it has a lot of secrets and reveals. There's always a reveal that keeps you interesting. You're like, hey, what's gonna happen next time? Hey, what's gonna happen next time? That's really why the show's so good. It just has a lot of those, and they're varied. They're not. It's not all the same. It's just there's different types, different flavors, different races and ethnicities of what's gonna happen next, and it's really good. It's a good time. And you're basically it's this FBI task force, and they're basically this black ops. It's like this. It's not it's a covert, a special type of unit that's not on the books per se. They do the high profile cases. And Raymond Reddington, this masterful criminal with this global conglomerate of crime businesses, basically this billionaire of crime businesses, gives himself up, and he used to be a naval force leader, and then he escaped. He basically just stole private information and left. And basically he feeds intelligence information to this task force so they can get people on the blacklist. That's why the show is called the Blacklist. It's a list of a bunch of very top priority, very deadly, very powerful, very bad criminals who they're gonna take down. And that's every episode. You're taking out all these interesting and bad guys, basically scumbags, terrible people, evil criminal people, and the criminals are interesting because of how bad they are. Just you're seeing a world you've never seen before, and then Raymond Reddington, he's in it for himself. He's in it for all these motives and agendas where you don't actually know what his motives and agendas are. So you're trying to figure out what's he trying to do the whole time. Why is he doing this? Why is he giving up this name? Because in his head, he has a list of all these different names in his head. So you're like, why is he specifically choosing this? So you're always going through reveals, which is really, really fun. And that's easily the best part about the whole show. And then you're trying to figure out what Raymond Reddington's plans are, and every time you find it out, it like you're satisfied. Normally in shows, like you're not satisfied when you figure it, like what all the hubbub was about. But in Blacklist, like no until like season 5 or whatever, when they just start stretching it, you're satisfied. Like you're like, oh wow, oh that's interesting. Oh that, oh, okay, like it carries itself, and it doesn't like give you false promises. Like every time you're interested in a reveal, you get a good satisfactory response, and you're satiated throughout the entirety of the show. It keeps it moving, which I like. I like when shows keep it moving. It's connected, and you have Raymond Reddington, and is he the father of this agent named Elizabeth Keene? Because they said it about a million times. Is he? What's the relationship between her and Elizabeth Keene and Raymond Reddington? And that's the whole show. That's why the show. That's another reason why the show is so good. It's like, what's the relationship there? And they make you care about it. They make you care about Elizabeth Keene, this agent who's just a profiler, and she's just a regular gal who basically analyzes criminals, and she just gets picked up for this high profile task force, and works basically for this super masterful criminal billionaire who's like like talks to her like she's her daughter, or like he knows her, and she wants nothing to do with them, and she profiles criminals. So now she's trying to profile him, but she doesn't know anything about it, and you as the viewer, you don't know anything, so you're just like, what's going on? Like, I want to know what's the secret, what's the reveal, how they're gonna get this criminal, all this stuff. There's a lot of questions, and like I said, it keeps you moving, and it keeps you engaged, and it's connected. The whole thing's connected, and they like shows fall short. This one does not. I can only attest to like season 5 or whatever. Then they start stretching stuff, and then you're like, this is ridiculous. And then other stuff starts happening. Listen, when that stuff happens, you're free to exit the door. Like, it's just, oh man. Listen. Like them later seasons, they acting up. They doing some goofy stuff. Oh man, Blacklist. I wouldn't even say it. I wouldn't even discuss about it. I wouldn't even. Oh man, I walked out like after like season 5 when they started stretching. Then it's because they did stuff they shouldn't have done. Let's just say that. Anyways, or my opinion, they should whatever. The show should have ended nice and like they should have ended it at a specific season, but they gotta get that moolala. You know what I'm saying? That moolala. Okay. Oh, and you got and all the characters in the series are good too, and it's like an hour long. Like I'm saying, it's like it's an hour long, but it's a good like every episode is interesting. Like it's like straight up and down like interesting, because you got like Law and Order, which is basically the same episode type stuff, and if you like it, you're having a good time. But every episode might not be interesting. Like Law and Order, there's episodes where you're like, I don't like Law and Order personally, but I could watch an episode or two if I had to, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to choose to watch it. But, there's some episodes where like, I don't care about this. But in Blacklist, even the episodes that are like not really that interesting, there's interesting things. Like there's interesting things throughout the entire show and things like that. So, yeah. Oh, you got Donald Wrestler, which is like this American blue collar like type. He's like a true FBI agent who's just trying to get the bad guy. He's just like kind of the typical American jock. He's an agent. He's trying to get the bad guy, and that's his focus. He's just kind of a regular dude. And then you got shoot, I forgot. Sorry, I really should know their name. Samar, I think is a female character who later comes in, and she's just an intelligent Iraqi. Forgive me if I said the name wrong. I should have did research, but I did stuff to do on the internet right now. But Samar, she's beautiful, intelligent, and she's just this excellent spy who joined the team along the way. And then you have Agent Navabi, which is the nerdy character. He's just a nerdy tech kind of character. But again, he's not just that. He has his own story. He's interesting. He's kind of quirky, kind of nerdy. The tech guy, but he's like there's multiple, like Liz is the heart and soul, but she's not all of the heart and soul, if I can say that. Like Agent of Vibe, he has heart. Donald Russell has heart. There's a lot of like basically the whole team, man. They got this thing pumping, you know. So like you also care because they're this elite task force that cares, and they're trying to do stuff with interesting cases and a lot of twists and turns. And then you have stinking Elizabeth Keene's husband, who may or may not be a a um a a spy planted by Raymond Reddington or some unknown person. And he's fantastic. Oh, I don't even remember his name, bro. But Elizabeth Keene's husband, the actor is good, and man, he's really, really good. I think he has his own show for Amsterdam, so you already know what his character is or whatever. But he's really, really good. He's really fun. He's an interesting character, and every character in this show is an interesting character, and they're good. Good. They're all good. They're all interesting. They're all fun, and the show as itself is connected and a good show. Yeah, it's like the twists and turns are good, and it's just so interesting, and that's really what like makes the show so good. Like if you don't like the first episode, you don't like the show. That's the type of show it is. You're not gonna catch on and start liking it because the show is what it is. And it's good. So, anyways, definitely go check it out. It's really, really good. All right, take it easy.